what's up, Scrappy peeps? It's Adele from Inkie Quill, and a little different video today. But I had someone message me and ask how I store like ephemera bits and bobs, not like pretty ephemera from a company, but the stuff from everyday life, like the brochures, birthday cards, kids' pictures, all of the incidental stuff, and how I plan out printing my photos. And so I thought we'd have a little bit of a play with a bit of a craft organisation video today. So last night I sat down and printed a bunch of photos, and the way that I do my photos is I edit them on my phone in the Project Life app. I have an iPhone and a MacBook, and so then I just airdrop them to my computer and pop them in a folder for that week. And then when I'm done that week, I figure out which photos I want big, which photos I want normal, and just print them from there. I will do a more specific video on printing and editing over on Patreon next week, so if you're interested in that process, that'll be over there. But once I have my photos printed for the week, I just write the dates, and then what I've started doing is if there's a significant event where I think there's things attached to it, so this week was Archer's birthday, so he's got some birthday cards in here. And then the week after that we went to the Easter show, and I went on the excursion, so I have a school excursion map, and so that is the basic overview, and we're going to go into more detail about it, of course. Also, thank you for all of your comments and all of your likes and views on the Inkie June Marathon, and for understanding my little sick days that I had to have, because my sinus has just been raging. I've had it since April last year, and I need to have an operation or two, and I just keep putting it off, but it needs to happen in the next few months. So I have 4 weeks worth of I was going to say videos, 4 weeks worth of photos here to do things with. And then the other thing that I do is, where are the other ones? Oh, they're here. So I have 2 other categories that I print photos for, and that is the kids' school albums, which I've started Archie's. I've probably gotten through 1 term of kindergarten, only because there's so many photos from the first day of school. There's a lot of extra layouts, but I'm hoping to just have you know, a couple of pocket pages and a couple of layouts from each year of their schooling. So I printed out some photos from his school excursion that I'm also putting in my muckabout, but when I put them in his school album I probably won't do too many embellies, and I'll do that obviously not on YouTube and camera and things, because it's got other kids' faces in it. And then the other thing that I print photos for is for the kids' art journals, and I love to take photos of them when they're making the actual things, because I think looking back it would be really fun to see how old they are and what they're like and what the environment that they were creating in is like. So this was Violet's first sentence that she ever wrote. The cat is on the mat. It has some extra letters in there, but that's what it was saying, and she was so proud of herself. So I am going to stick that in her journal with that picture so that she can look back and see that. If you'd like a video on updating the kids' journals on Let's Get Inkie, let me know, because I love their art journals and they love them too. Yeah, we might do that actually for a Let's Get Inkie video, perhaps. Let me know. So they're going to go to the side for now. And now our job is this drawer. So I would say I'm more of a, is it macro? No, macro is when you're smaller, isn't it? What's the opposite of micro? Micro's small. I'm a big sorter, whatever that word is. There is a word for it. And in our dining room we have this set of 3 drawers that fit into a square of a calyx, and one of them, the top one, is for kids artwork, and so I usually put all of the kids artworks that we keep into there, and then I'll do a big bulk art journal stickering session. This one's not going in the art journal, this one's going in my muckabout just for something a bit different. But the other drawer that I have is for all the ephemera stuff. So birthday cards, brochures when we went away, what have we got here? Maps, all the things that I want to include in my scrapbooking stuff. What is this? This is a school thing? No, it's the Wild Club. That's cool. But yeah, just a bunch of stuff. There's a few school booklets, the lanyards that the kids got when we went to the aquarium. There's a Minecraft card that Archer's already put the code in for, but if I buy something, I'll often put the thing in, because like the card where they write thank you on it, because I might use that. There's a Mother's Day masterpiece. There's all sorts of stuff. So we're going to go through this, categorize it into the different page protectors so that it's ready for when I start scrapping the muckabout. And then I know there's some things that I have missed. For example, that has already been scrapped in the muckabout, and so I'm going to show you how to tip those into your already done stuff as well. So let's start. So basically there'll be a bunch of stuff for Archie's birthday, a bunch of stuff for the Easter show, and a bunch of stuff from when we went to Sydney in the school holidays. So let's see what we've got now. This was we might do all of the muckabouts sticking at the same time. So this and this go together, and I've already scrapped that, so we'll come back to that. Mother's Day hasn't happened yet, technically, according to my scrapbooking, so that can go over there. I'm going to make a pile of Minecraft stuff because we took Archie and a couple of his mates to see the Minecraft movie when it came out, and that's the week after this. No, it's this week. There we go. So that's here. This is from Sydney, so I'll start a Sydney pile here. We have the Easter show map. Always love a good map. This one can slide in anywhere. It's a bit more of a flexible one, so we might just stand that up to the side. These are all Archie's little birthday cards with his little friends wrote on them, and from family and friends, and so they'll go with Minecraft. This is all the Sydney stuff. Now obviously I'm not going to keep all of this, but we'll see what we use. The kids also got things, and I bought a postcard, which is pretty cool, which I wanted to use on purpose. But yeah, that's all from that trip, so that can go there. This is for the school albums, that can go over here. These were, so at the aquarium you went through and collected Animal Crossing stamps. This I think is one of the kiddos ones, so I'll only keep one because the kids and I all did it. These are also from that trip, so let's just shove all of that in here and we'll go through it together. This is all from the aquarium. This was when we went to the bookshop, which was also that trip. This is our favourite restaurant. So we go to GPK with friends quite a lot, and I have a feeling we've already got photos in there from GPK, so I'll put that there and we'll figure out if we can slip it in. And then this is just a little bit of Violet's writing, and so I feel like we could squeeze that in somewhere we've already been. That was from Archie's birthday. Another Easter show map. These are some photo booth pictures that we took with Archie's mates for his birthday. That's from Violet's graduation last year. That should go not with this stuff. Alright, we've got more Minecraft, a little card, another Minecraft. That's Violet's first week of school. These were their little cross-country where they came in cross country. I have scrapped that in my Muckabout, but it also will go in their school album. And so I don't know which one to put that in. And there's the ribbon. I might just pop it there for now and we'll see. More Minecraft, more birthdays. How cute's that card? And then that's nothing. Another GPK menu. That's from the bushwalk we did. And then this was our December, January. So I would love to stick this in early January. Alright, so what we might do is I'm going to put the Sydney trip stuff back in here because it's a really big, like it's a big bunch of stuff. And I don't think it will quite fit in the page protector. This is all Archie's birthday stuff. And so I'm going to slip it into the back of his birthday week, and when we do a Muckabout process video, we'll talk about how we're going to use all of that. This is the Easter show, so I'm going to pop these in here. This is actual Easter. I thought maybe I might have like a wrapper from actual Easter, but I don't. And then that's the Sydney trip. Alright, so that's still to happen, that's still to come. Let's have a look at this stuff that I know we've already scrapped and see how we can incorporate it. Just realised there's a school photo there, so I just chucked a piece of paper there. But this was the bushwalk that we went on, which is actually a vlog that's going to come out not this week. It's the next vlog to come out, I think. Maybe? I think it is actually. And so that's what this stuff is from. Now, I don't have to include all of this. I can if I feel like it. What would have been good is to, you know, have this at hand while I was making the page. That would have been really, really handy. So it starts here. We went for a nice walk. And then there's these two pages. So we have this I really want to include because it's got Archie's handwriting. So essentially, this is not sponsored. I bought this set of enamel pins from Our Earth Life, which is an Aussie small business. And you get, there's a bunch of different enamel pins and a canvas hanging thing to pin them on, and it's kind of like Scouts where you earn different patches, you'd earn different pins. And so we earned our bug detective pin by going on a bushwalk and finding 10 different critters, and the kids had so much fun with this, so much fun. So we can do a couple of things. We could stick it here as an extra little tip in, or down here. We could stick it on this side as a tip in this way. I really like this page as is, so I kind of don't want to put it on that page. I really liked this. This was the information about the Wild Club, and I just thought it was really beautiful how it was written. So in theory, what we could do is just add a whole extra tip in here, stick this on one side, we can cut it down a bit, and then on the opposite side we could put that, and then maybe the little tag and a bit of journaling, or maybe even that picture. Perhaps? Yeah, let's do that. Now, because this has been curled, all it wants to do is curl up. So let me grab a piece of paper. Let's do this beautiful pink fresh piece, which is just gorgeous, and I think I might do that on that side because those colours go really well with Archie's little aqua shirt. And then the other side kind of gives a lot of embellishing in the background already. First we're going to cut this out. So I think that's one of the really great things about the Muckabout journal is that it's so easy to go back and add in extra things. And I was talking to one of my beautiful friends who I caught up with, and we made muckabouts. I taught them how to make a muckabout. This is my new one. Ooh. I'll give you a proper look at it in another video. But she was saying, so she started an album about her daughter's birth, her granddaughter's birth, her daughter having a baby, and she started at the baby shower. So she did the first page as the baby shower, but then she realized that she had previous photos like of ultrasounds and of them telling family members for the first time, and so she has decided to either add in extra pages in front of where she already was, or she's going to take out the page that she already did about the baby shower and then just tip it in later. And I think that's, for me, one of the, which were very clever ideas for her to have. That's one of the things that has really like excited me about this, is just the freedom. Like, it doesn't feel as stuffy and constrained as I feel in an album. Let me get tape. Tape. I still haven't unpacked from my scrappy weekend away, which I think this video will be out of order. This video will come after a video that I'm going to do unpacking all of my stuff. Alright, so I'm just going to leave a little bit of extra space on that side for some washi, and I'm going to stick that down like so, and then just using ye old snippers. You could use a paper trimmer, of course, but you all know how I feel about paper trimmers. I don't have the patience for them. Yes, I like that. Okay, so we will need to put tape on both sides, and so you want to make sure that you leave enough room over here for that. And unfortunately I'm going to cover up that tape, which I really liked. Oh, my washi's inside the house. Ugh. Alright, I may have to go get that because I don't think I've unpacked the rest of my washi yet. Hang on, we might be able to cheat. Hang on a minute. No, that's house washi. Oh, yes, hang on, we can cheat. I have up here, this is the kids' school kit that I made, and it has this washi in it, so it's not really appropriate for going on a bushwalk, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to roll with it because it's very chilly today. It's the winter has really hit, and I love it, but I don't want to go from my warm office. Sorry, I'm just fighting with drawers here to get to my tape. Ah, dearie me. Okay. I think I am going to have to go over the photos slightly, but yeah, we'll be right. Okay, I'm going to bump that up so that you can still see the white there. And then the easiest way for adding in tip-ins is with an actual roll of tape. I have tried it with a tape roller, like my big pink thing, and it makes life very difficult. So I definitely need actual tape on hand for doing this. Now, where are the end? There it is. I love this washi tape. I don't know where, it kind of Makes me feel like it might be a Ranger one, I think. Ah! That tape's not even sticking down. So I give it a really good stick. Snip. And I managed to keep the numbers in there. Oh, that looks really cute. I really like that. And then on this side, to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere, we're going to put some more tape and really press it down before you peel off the tape, which is what I didn't do last time. Take that off. But I would love to know in the comments, how do you store your ephemera? If you do Project Life, how do you store it before you actually use it? And do you include things like birthday cards in your albums? Or like, what do you do with your things like that? That's going to annoy me. That's going to be a bit sticky. But that's alright. Okay, so on this side, I'm just leaving that like that because I don't feel like it needs anything. It could do with a little tab, perhaps. Oh, okay, let's do this. This is just a little thing that says never grow up. And all I'm going to do is fold it in half, chuck some, it's too long, chuck some tape on it on both sides, like so, and we're just going to make this into a fun little tab. But I have been doing some thinking because you peeps have really liked the Muckabout a whole lot more than I thought you were going to like it. I didn't know that you guys would enjoy it so much, and I think I'm going to have little kits or maybe some made Muckabouts in the October shop release, I think. So yeah, nice little tab there. Alright, now this is very thick, so I do think we're going to need quite a bit of adhesive. I have two options. I could either stick it there and have those little pink flowers popping out, which is quite nice because it does tie in with the pink washi, or you could overlap it. I think I'll have the pink flowers sticking out. Always a good idea just to double check where you're sticking stuff before you actually stick the stuff. I don't know how the tape's going to go on here, I'm going to be honest, peeps, because it's made out of like nice like recycled cardboard, and it's a bit textury, and tape isn't always a fan, so if this doesn't stick I'll just go back with my my wet glue and stick that down again. So I'm just going to line it up so that it's under the blue line but covering up the top of that tag. Oh, we're wonky, but that's okay. Everything's wonky in its own kind of way. Yay! Oh, I'm so glad I got that in, because I was a bit worried I wasn't going to be able to get that in here. Alright, we're going to do that side. So this little tag is an extra pin. That is like the welcome pin. So that one's on our little banner too. But yeah, you'll see this vlog over on Rad Ramblers. Oh, and can I ask a favour? If you haven't subscribed to Rad Ramblers yet, please do, because it helps other inklets find that channel again. Because if you're subscribed to Inkie Quill, Let's Get Inkie, and Rad Ramblers, and someone else is only subscribed to Inkie Quill, it will show up in their recommended videos, because people that follow, so it will show similar videos, similar channels that people who subscribe to Inkie Quill also subscribe to. So yeah, that would mean a lot. Let's go, there's this arrow here, but I want to go over the top of that like so. And then I'm thinking of actually not using this, pop that in the recycling. I'm thinking of just adding a little, I'm stealing stuff out of the kids' school. Their school one. What have we got here next to us? I have a couple of sticker sheets. Let's see what we have. Maybe I'm going to go crazy and do this floral. Alright. And I think I might pop it here because the orange is just a bit too orangey for me. And then I might actually stick over here. I've stuck a sticky finger, I can tell, and so I'm just going to put that sticker over the top. I'm going to put love this so much, or maybe love these days. Let's go up here, and can't wait, because I can't wait to do the other pins. And maybe Sun Chaser, because a lot of these are to do with, you know, they're all outsidey type things. What have we got here? There's another sun, but I feel like we've already done one sun. Oh look, there's another sun. Oh, it's the same sticker sheet. I've got two of them. And maybe quality time with you, because it was really nice quality time spent together. And I think I'll put that in this empty spot and also use it to give a little bit more stickery down with the cardboard. Alright, let me just write a bit of journaling. Okay, I think I'm calling that one done. So a nice little bit over here. Is that dry? Yes. Nice little bit over here. I might also just put written by Archer. Just because in years to come, like Violet was not up to writing. She did write in her own notebook, but she didn't know all of her letters at this time. So there's that side and there's that side, and I was able to stick in a little memory. Now let's do, I'm just going to pause the camera and have a peek and find if there is a time when we went to this GPK restaurant. So I had a look through, and unfortunately the two times that we went to this restaurant I didn't take any photos. So I am going to put those back in the ephemera drawer so that the next time that we go with friends and take photos, I'll already have a whatchamacallit, menu. I keep going to call it a notebook. It's not a notebook. As for the cross country, I am going to put that in their school albums, just because I've already done the cross country page and I love the way it looks. I can't show you because it's got other kids in it, but it's got a bunch of small photos and a little bit of clustering with embellishments and a label, and I feel like these just don't work well, and there's not a big spot that I could put this. But what you could do is you could just staple this onto your page so it's a bit flappy. You could staple it on the side of a page too, which would be a nice little textury moment. The other thing that we do have is the, what's this called, calendar. My words are not working. This is the first video I'm filming of the day after taking several days off sick, and my brain is just not braining. So I'm thinking of putting this here. Now what I did is I contacted my Muckabout, and then I left this page so that I could go back and stick a pattern paper there, kind of like the book pages, you know, here have those bookend pages. So now I've just got to find a piece of paper. Let's see, I might grab a couple of paper pads and we'll have a little look. Alright, I've just grabbed this one. A random one. This is Jen Hadfield Every Day, and I feel like this might have some nice bright moments. Now this is summer for us. The oranges could be good because I don't know when I'm going to use that page. That's a bit too orangey. Yellow is a bit too yellow. That, that's a lot. A lot of these patterns are rather bold, aren't they? Could work. Needs to also work with the stripes on this side. I think I might actually go with the oranges. Oh, what's that? Matte paper. I do like a good matte paper. No, I'm going to go with my gut and go with the oranges. Because I honestly don't know when I will use this paper otherwise. So all I'm going to do for this is cut that top manufacturing strip off. You can rip it, but I don't like the look of the little rippity bits. I think I might use tape to stick this on just so I can get right up to the edge. Now, other ideas that you could do for this front page is you could stick a page protector on here, just like an A4 normal stationery page protector, and you could store your ephemera in there. You could also just make a pocket out of some paper or some cardboard and do it that way. I really wish that I had done this sort of calendar for each month. I think it would be a really great overview of all the little things that happen each week. We did this for the kids and it was on our fridge as a countdown to moving, just so that they could cross off the days and so they could understand how much longer we had in the old house. And they really enjoyed it. It's something that we should probably just do all of the time, but I need to remember to do that. Now, you might notice that we have quite a bit of extra space here, and I have already had a bit of a tear, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. Now, this got wet, so it's a bit... Now, I could stick this down here and you would never know, but I've got a different idea. I have these duct tapes. I have hot pink or gold, and I'm thinking of putting some of the gold down here. I also want to do the spine. So what do we think for the spine, gold or hot pink? My next spine is black. I'm kind of leaning towards the hot pink just for a statement. Alright, let's open this one up and we'll do the gold in here. Don't do this. Be safe. Don't follow me. Now, I bought this quite a while ago and lost it, and then I found it again in a box of things that were not craft room related at all. But are you surprised at that? Probably not. So let's... Oh yeah, it still has adhesive. All good. Now, I am going to try and stick it a little bit down here, just to give a bit of extra support. And I will probably have to trim off both ends, I'm guessing. There we go. Right. It's not easy stuff to cut. Oh, it's because you're cutting your cover, Adele. And then smooth it out. Is she bumpy? Yeah, she's bumpy. That's alright. If you act quick, you might be able to get a bit of the bump out. If not, it's all good. The bumps show that it's handmade with love. That's what the people with bumps in their things say. Okay, nice. And then we can stick this down here. So this is, I know this is a very random little video, but I wanted to show you kind of the back end of my scrapping that I usually don't put in process videos. But if you're interested in more of this type of stuff, like, you know, editing and photo printing and organizing stuff, do let me know. So I think I might put it there so that there's a bit of the oranges. Or do I want to cover that? No, I think I'll cover it. There we go. And then all this needs is a little label. Does this one go? Not particularly. Does this one go? Let's do this one. Ah, the sticker came out. There we go. And I think I'll put it, I feel like it should be up the top. Let's go there. And this little sticker says daily snippets, which I think is a good sticker to add. Where's my pen? Here it is. Right, a little bit of journaling. And so I just did a tiny little bit of journaling. What a busy time we start 2025 as homeowners, recovering from COVID and finishing off packing to move. Let the fun begin. And I'm going to call that done. Now these two, I am just going to slip in where I'm up to, which is all the way back here. How much have we got? Oh, we're almost halfway in the last signature. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. We don't have much to go. There's not too many pages left. I love that paper. Love that. Pocket. Ooh, all sorts of fun. So, thank you for joining me today, peeps, for this little kind of behind the scenes type video. I am going to film a muckabout process now, which you may... No, I might put it up after this actually. My scheduling's gone screw with because of taking the sick days. I had listed every video that I was filming in every day, but now it's all shuffled around a little bit. But thanks for watching today, peeps. Please like this video if you've enjoyed the muckabout, and stay tuned for October because I'm going to have some info on that. I'm thinking of maybe making it a class. What do you peeps think? Like an online class? Or is there any coasties that would be interested in a real person class? Let me know in the comments. But until the next video, I hope you have a lovely day and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!